Thank you, Lily. That was a joyful opening for us. Good morning, everybody. It's great to see you here and also on Zoom. My name is Debbie Skirto. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Trustees, and I'm here to welcome you. I'm glad you're here at Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist Congregation, and I did get it all out that time. We have some announcements besides the ones that you see on Thursday, and I hope you're getting a chance to read those. That's a really important way to stay connected, so please do that. Also, would you please remember to turn off any electronic devices now so we don't have interruptions during the service. That would be appreciated. We are having a meeting today after church, a short meeting to give you some information on what the restructuring task force has been doing and what we're looking forward to having help with to continue to reorganize some of the structures here at MVUUC. Also, a couple of changes. The membership team meeting is actually scheduled for Wednesday, the 29th at 5:30 on Zoom. And the Board of Trustees meeting has also moved to December 12th at 6:30 on Zoom. So if you're planning to attend those, you need the new times. Also, Thanksgiving is going to be here at 1 o'clock. You're welcome, but we would love a heads up so we know that we have enough turkey and sides and yummy pie and stuffing and roll. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be delicious. We're thinking we're going to have close to 30 people, so that's wonderful. The young adult group is going to meet on the 26th, which is next Sunday, right after church. And the roof, we're getting closer and closer and closer. I don't have the exact figure yet, but when Tracy gets back, she's been off for a few days, we'll get that figure for you. And please remember to get your tags off the Adopt a Family tree and buy some presents. Oh, well, you know what? Give ourselves a hand. Woo! Those folks will be very happy come Christmas morning. Okay, that's great. Awesome. Also, congrats to the Green Sanctuary team for having the proposal accepted, and they really loved it. The committee that reviewed everything said that it was done so thoroughly and so well done, they were impressed. So for the Green Sanctuary team, yay, kudos to you. Lots of good stuff. Also, let's see, and they're going to be completing an opportunity assessment. I think that will take in a lot of people's opinions, right? Going in for that, so that would be the next thing. Next Sunday, there will be service, so be sure to mark your calendars to come for that if you're in town. And I also would like to ask for some help after the meeting today to help move tables and chairs for Thanksgiving, because we're going to need more than we thought now, so it's awesome. And I have the opportunity and honor to introduce our minister, Reverend Maggie Yenoki.
Now, that was a little fancier than last week, so let's not think that we need to do that or make it better than the week before.
Oh, let's top it every week.
Oh, yeah. So, hello, everyone. It is so wonderful to be together and to see all of you here this morning. And a special greeting to those of you who are joining us on Zoom. We love you and miss you, and we wish you were here, but you are here. We'll hold you with us. We sound the bowl 3 times, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Once for those who came before, for the ancestors and the founding members of this congregation whose vision brings us here 71 years later. We ring it for the Tongva and other indigenous peoples who were the first to call this land home and have tended it since long ago. We ring it once for those of us here and now. For all of us gathered here, for those joining us online, for our staff, for those who are visiting, and we have a special visitor today, for our friends and sustaining members, for our partnership congregation in the Philippines. We send our love all that way, all the way over to the Philippines, because we received theirs this morning. Actually, it was last night. They sent me a message to tell you all hello. So, yeah, they're 15 hours ahead of us. So. I was still finishing my sermon while they were preaching theirs. So, yeah. We ring it once for those who will come, for all who will find safe belonging here among us and make MVUUC their spiritual home in the days ahead. I invite you to stand for our opening song. It's in Singing the Living Tradition. The words will be on the screen, and we will sing it from our hearts. We wait all year to sing this. It's number 349, We Gather Together.
I spent the whole day there, but I didn't get on a face, thank God.
We gather together in joyful thanksgiving, acclaiming creation's bounty we share. Both sorrow and gladness we find in our living. We sing the hymn of praise to the life that we bear. Gather together to join the journey, confirming, committing our passage to lead a true liberation in joy and tribulation, when bound to the care and when we are free.
Please be seated, be comfortable. It's time for lighting our chalice. And I've asked Jimmy Grissom to light our chalice today. You'll see when we get to our joys and sorrows what that's about. Thanks, Lynn, for helping him out. Yeah, there's a lot. Do you need help with it? Okay. Slide it up, push the button. There it goes. Yay! Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks, Lynn, for helping him. Our time together in worship is sacred time that we share each week, woven within the tapestry of our shared lives. As a symbol of that identity and connection, we light this chalice to remind ourselves of who we are together and who we all can be. Hear now the words of Kathy Rion Starr, who writes, "Welcome to this place of peace. May we find some moments of quiet contemplation. Welcome to this place of celebration. May our hearts soar with gratitude for the gift of life. Welcome to this place of love. May we gently hold all that is broken here. Welcome to this place of inquiry. Here, may we be challenged to open our minds and hearts even wider and come into this place of community. And may we together draw the circle of love and justice even wider. Welcome into this sacred space, made so by our intention, our presence, and our practice. Come, Let us worship together. Please stand again, calisthenics time. We'll sing Spirit of Life, and then we will read our unison covenant aloud together. And our congregational covenant, which we will read in unison, is a living document. This is the covenant that we are sharing each week. Please follow along and read as one, as you are comfortable. We affirm that love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian, Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Please be seated. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for all your work on getting that ready for today. It's like the Thanksgiving dinner. You work so hard and then it's over. You want to sing it again? Just to... It's time for our wisdom tale. I'd like to invite Robert Tidwell, our Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration, up for our story for today.
Today's story is by Chief Jake Swamp. It's called Giving Thanks, a Native American Good Morning Message. And this was a speech given one Thanksgiving. It doesn't say the year, sorry. Okay. To be a human being is an honor, and we offer thanksgiving for all of the gifts of life. Mother Earth, we thank you for giving us everything that we need. Thank you, deep blue waters around Mother Earth, for you are the force that takes thirst away from all living things. We give thanks to green grasses that feel so good against our bare feet, for the cool beauty you bring to Mother Earth's floor. Thank you, good foods from Mother Earth, our life sustainers, for making us happy when we are hungry. Fruits and berries, we thank you for your color and your sweetness, and we are all thankful to good medicine herbs for helping us when we are sick. Thank you, all of the animals in the world, for keeping our precious forests clean. All the trees in the world, we are thankful for the shade and the warmth that you give us. And thank you to all the birds in the world for singing your beautiful songs for all of us to enjoy. We give thanks to you, gentle four winds, for bringing clean air to us, for us to breathe from all of the four directions. And thank you, Grandfather Thunder Beings, for bringing rain to help all the living things grow. Elder Brother Sun, we thank you for shining your light and warming Mother Earth. And thank you, Grandmother Moon, for growing full every month to light the darkness for children and sparkling waters. We give you thanks, twinkling stars, for making the night sky so beautiful and for sprinkling morning dewdrops on the plants. Spirit protectors of our past and present, we are thankful for you for showing us the ways to live in peace and harmony with one another. And most of all, thank you, Great Spirit, for giving us these wonderful gifts so we will be happy and healthy every day and every night. And thank you. And I still don't know where the children's chalice went to, but
Oh,
you can send this out. Yeah, I think it got put away.
I can go back to the Philippines and get another one. Yeah, hopefully we'll find it. It might be under here when we did the rental. But let's sing. Everybody out. Hope you have some online kids and you have a great time. Ah, look at that. Yay, Max. And I'll get Aaron to come up during Joys and Sorrows, because we have something to celebrate about Max too, right? Yeah, will you tell the story? Okay. But as we continue to grow into our mission, and we celebrate our shared compassion for our friends, relatives, and neighbors who are in need of good care in these tender times, and who isn't. Our congregation has chosen to create an opportunity to live out our generous passion to care for others by gathering our undesignated offerings and splitting them 50-50 with a local charity that was pre-selected by the Justice team and approved by our board. For the month of November, the undesignated offerings we gather will be shared with Moms Demand Action, Gun Sense for America. All of the offerings taken up in November that are not designated to fulfill your pledges or other fund drives like the roof that's almost there will be shared 50-50 with Moms Demand Action. So now, while we listen to Lily's beautiful offertory, I invite those in the sanctuary to please come forward with your generous offerings. It is with gratitude for the many gifts of time, talent, and treasure that are offered by this community that the offering will now be given and received. Thank you for giving the sermon today, Lily. Wow. And who was the artist that composed?
This is called Experience.
It was. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Whew. Another way we like to share our experience in life is sharing the things that are happening, bubbling in our private experience throughout the week. We share our joys and concerns, our delights and disappointments, our celebrations and compassions, pieces of us. Some we keep silent, and that's okay, that's good. But the ones we care to share with each other are shared here as a part of our worship together. It's a celebration of our communal life. The 10 freeway reopens tonight. Yeah. So we're happy about that. That's Lily's path to us. So we want to keep that open and clear. And it really helps to have an Angelino in the White House because all the money was there to get it fixed. Vice President Kamala Harris is a good help. Another celebration we have is, for our chalice lighter today, Jimmy Grissom. Because on Monday and Friday, he used the exoskeleton to walk. Yeah, he sent me a text. It said, Monday I did 82 steps, and on Friday I wanted to do over 100, but I ended up doing 250. Yeah, he's pretty wiped out. Got some sore muscles today, but yay. Good for you. One from Shirley Ussery that says, safe journey home today for Norco High seniors returning from a college tour in Arizona, Phoenix. And I think one of them might be named Samantha. It might be your granddaughter. Savannah, right. Okay. Yeah, we pray they get home safe. And this is from Lily and the choir. A joy and a thank you to Sandy Grajeda for stepping up to tend to our music as the librarian. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Happy birthday.
Oh. Yeah, let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. I have one more from Paula Campbell. And she wrote at the top, Happy Tails, T-A-I-L-S, but this is also a T-A-L-E, tail. Layla, the Labradoodle, easily passed her therapy dog test and has completed 2 of 3 public medical visits. Good job, Layla. 1 school visit to go until she officially receives her pink vest, and her sister Snickers, not so much. Maybe she's called to other ministries. Yeah, so I invite you to shift a little bit in your seats, put your feet flat, and join me in a little spirit of prayer. Today we have both a prayer and a meditation. I'm starting with the words of Uncle Ralph, our Ralph Waldo Emerson. and his words of thanksgiving. For each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends. And a meditation that was inspired by the words of Michelle LaGrave, but I edited a lot. I made it ours. I don't think she'd mind. It's titled In Betweenness. So sit comfortable. Maybe let your eyes float closed and just follow along. We, you and I, are in between right now. We're in between what used to be and what will be, in between all that we were and not yet who we will become. We're in between letting go and embracing, in between saying goodbye and saying hello. In betweenness is a space we all share now, but there is room here for everyone. We can make it a safe place for those who are frightened by these times. It is a place of no longer and not yet. We are in between. In many ways, we don't have a clue what is happening, and we feel grounded and safe enough to imagine and create what will be. In betweenness is not a place for the losers and the lost, for those who dropped the ball or lost the map. It is for everyone now, and more comfortable if you can see it for its potential, because in-betweenness has incredibly deep gifts, and it's good that we're here together in this time of fullness. This is time of anticipation, pregnant with so many possibilities. It's a time of hope and a time of worry, a time of darkness and a time of light. In-betweenness is a time of waiting. We're waiting for answers, for guidance, waiting for help, waiting for news, waiting for departure, waiting for arrival. We are waiting for death. We are waiting for rebirth. We are waiting for signs of healing, and we are waiting for life. In-betweenness is a place of transformation, a threshold, a time of reflection, a time of action, and also curling inward, a time of growing and holding very still, a time of becoming and acceptance of all that was. We are in between with purpose and not randomness. We are safe. We are curious. We are together. During this time of in-betweenness, in this place of safekeeping, let us enter into a short time of shared silence together, and Lily will guide us out of our quiet time with our gentle song, number 1058, Be Ours a Religion. Sometimes when Brenda texts me or calls, she says, "You got to call this person back." I kind of go, uh-oh. But this week, Brenda called and said, Rev Maggie, you got to call this person. They're coming. They're coming to Los Angeles from Frederick, Maryland, from DC, and he wants to come to church. All that way. I'd like to introduce to you one of my colleagues, Reverend Darrell Holcomb. He'll give us our reading today, and you will enjoy his company after the service.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for your love and your spirit of warmth and being present with you all today. I bring you greetings from the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Frederick, where the Piscataway people are still a very integral part of our congregation and community, and still is where our congregation is placed and sit. And we are so thankful for the community that's all around us and the community of love. Being here and being present with you all, I have felt the warmth already. Lily, you are amazing, honey. Ooh. Oh, and to this choir, you are also amazing. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your gift of ministry, and thank you for your dedication and your commitment. And I love the online community. Where's the cameras at? Can we give them a shout out, y'all? Can we give them a shout out, y'all? Hey, the online community is streaming with us. Thank you for being present and making this place your place of worship. Have you ever been full? Have you ever eaten something so good that you're willing to go against the odds? You're willing to go against what the national government says for health, that if we stretch our stomach, that bad things will happen in our health? But the food is so good that we're willing to go against what they say. Have you ever been tired, especially after you've eaten? You're so feeling that itis, as they would say, sleepiness, and you're ready to lay down because you got a lot of carbs in your system or whatever have you. Well, that's where we are this Thursday. This Thursday, we're in the polarization of this land and this world of feeling both and, full and tired. Very similar to our nation. Very similar to what we are feeling and experiencing in our world. Both we are happy and joyous to be alive and to be with community, but we are sad when we look at the news and we see what's happening over in Israel. And let me just say this, as Unitarian Universalists, we don't just stand with Israel, we don't just stand with Palestine. We stand with all people born and given a right to love. We want peace and we want love for all people. Y'all can clap right there. Meditate with me, and I'll say this, and sit down. This is a poem that was written by Sophia Jewett. And in this poem, she gazes at the newly mown fields, celebrating not their bounty, but the beauty and stillness that reign there after harvest. Do you all know that a harvest is coming? Yeah, it's coming. Imagine with me as I read this poem. Mown meadows skirt the standing wheat. I linger, for hay is sweet. New cut and curing the sun in the sun, like furrows straight the windrows run. Fallen gallant rants that tossed and bent when yesterday the west wind went. Riding through grass and grain today, no less breath stirs the plain. Only hot air quivering yields elusive motion to the fields. where not the slenderest tassel swings across the wheat flash sky blue swings. A goldfinch dangles from a tall, full-flowered yellow mullein. Oh. The world seems turning blue and gold, unstartled sense even from of old. Beauty has brought keen sense of her. I feel the withering grasses stir. Along the edge of the wheat, I hear the rustle of her feet. And yet I know the whole sea lies and have the earth between our eyes. End quote. I want to say this. Yes, we'll be tired. Yes, we'll be full. But after being tired and after being full, put your boots back on. We got work to do. Ashe and amen.
One of my favorite ministry stories from Reverend Ellen is when she told me about a congregant, not necessarily from this congregation, but a congregant who once told their minister that the sermon they'd given was their favorite and that they love it every time they hear it. And I was giggling about that as I sat to write for all of you this week another Thanksgiving sermon. It has just that wee bit of sarcasm that pushed me to create an upgraded, new and improved Thanksgiving message. A gratitude sermon that is a bit more fresh and local. The theme of being thankful is prevalent in November year after year, and it is a challenge for sure. So what is a minister to do? How do I write a refreshing, meaningful message that sets our hearts just right on the centuries-old topic of gratitude during these last few days before Thanksgiving? Reading through a few of my old messages from this time of year, several good themes were woven through and then rewoven into a newer garment for the following year. And then there was that one that required several alterations in order to fit well the gratitude season's current annual cycle. But something has been really bugging me this year. Each time I'd start thinking about writing today's message, it didn't seem fair to pull out old words and try to dust off those overused phrases and stretch them to fit over this year that we've had. It's especially tough because we only have those same 26 letters to use. But putting them together just so and holding them up to new light, I find I'm expecting them to give me what I'm looking for and to meet the standard of care that I strive for in my care of your spiritual lives. The muse kept telling me to stop and not even try to hold anyone accountable to a grateful mindset in these tender times. The search for gratitude seemed to be an easier task in the past. Not that things were much easier in recent years, but we could always name 2 or 3 things that we felt deeply thankful about. But this year it feels as if we've had so many hard things come on us that we might best hesitate before asking anyone to name what they're grateful for, and resist the temptation to insist that surely there must be something. Maybe this year our greatest gratitude is that we're able to be held in this community and that we can be a placeholder for those who need to be held, to feel their grief is safe here with us, where they can express themselves by saying, I'm just not quite there yet. I'm not ready to say I'm grateful for anything right now, and that's okay. That's okay. We hear that and reply with, come sit. Let's have tea. Our invitation is not into fixing or faking, but holding and healing. So my sermon isn't an old call for us to shape up our perspective for 24 hours, or to dust off our attitude and find something, anything good to celebrate about the lives we're living, but a call to open toward the things that we can bring into another's life, to fill the missing bits in this broken world. What can we do to grow in our capacity to see another's need to be seen and heard, and for their loss to be honored? To offer acceptance and belonging to the darker things that we all carry, all those things we are not grateful for, the shadow, if you will. To acknowledge that loss is always part of the mix, but seems to be more prevalent even at Thanksgiving, and that too is okay. We can do something different with our longing for gratitude when there is suffering and loss and depression and new diagnosis and overdose and the death of a sibling or a spouse or children or pets and Gaza. And please, beloved ones, if there are any two words that should never, ever be used side by side, especially at Thanksgiving, it is these: at least. At least this, at least that, at least nothing. Especially for those who are suffering loss of any kind, as we enter into this time of year that is already depressing for some. We call it the holidays. Can we agree, and maybe covenant, not to pressure one another to cheer up, but instead to relieve the pressure of their suffering by holding them as they try to find their way in their grief, and as we make space for their story and the healing that is their true hope will emerge organically from a place of love. And we can be confident in knowing that suffering doesn't find relief in any forced expression of thankfulness, the reciting of a creedal prayer of gratitude, or forcing ourselves into a better mood, or coming up with a less than genuine list of things that we're grateful for to have in our lives for now. And so we wonder, what could we do differently? What would we shift away from and grow toward? What might open a new kind of thanksgiving? If we could finally bury the regard that we hold for our colonist history, and to put to rest the myth that seeded this celebration in 16 whatever, what would grow from the burying of those things without losing any of the blessing that the holiday holds? What could we be planting by the laying down of what no longer serves in order to grow a new celebration of thankfulness and a new standard for gratitude? Not to celebrate the plethora of things that disclose our privilege and separate us out, giving the impression that we might be better than any of our kin. But instead, how can we be embracing a gratitude that grows deeper within and reaches further out? So let's be talking about how we might create this holiday, dedicating it to the growing gratitude that we have for the ways we bring challenge toward justice. How we might kick up our gratitude for the spiritual growth and the ways we offer our faith and service to one another and to the world. How might we be growing in gratitude for the ways that we are becoming a more sustainable community that is known for the ways that we care for the earth and we keep love at our center and we live out all of our values? Our world and our culture are shifting faster than we might think and more deeply than we can ever imagine. And it is the traditions and the rituals in our lives that keep us grounded and centered. But that is only true to the measure that these celebrations fit within our Unitarian Universalist values. The world is in that in-between place right now, where we don't want to keep the traditions that celebrate any form of supremacy. But we haven't found our way out from that completely quite yet. But we are so fortunate that we can choose to say no to superiority again and again, and that we can welcome new ways to be thankful and find meaning in our keeping of them. We can be growing gratitude at the burial site of any harmful paradigms and perceptions. Our fourth principle calls us to that exact responsible search for truth and meaning that gives us pause and permission to make our own Thanksgiving holiday into a more value-based ritual than any form of celebration for those ancestors whose actions now speak louder than the fairy tales that we listened to as children. We choose to mark these days as time of giving thanks, grateful that we can choose differently and we can continue to learn and grow and say, oh my God, I can't believe I said that or I thought that. We can change. We set aside our days to create a place where we choose to instead grow gratitude within every crack and crevice that have come from the places where this world has broken open. And for some of us, those among us for whom those cracks are in their very hearts, I'd ask for a show of hands. But my heart especially goes out to Catherine, for the mourn of her sister, for Patty, and for their family, for Jeannie, who's at home, awaiting her daughter's brain surgery, and for all of the unspoken ones that each of us have right now. We offer our love and all of the space you need in order for organic healing to sprout. And so onward we go, opening toward our best way forward, not only with the old sermons marshaling us, but with new messages of gratitude that is growing. We are growing gratitude for all that we have ever been, and we are ever so thankful for all that we are becoming. Amen. I love you. Blessed be. Let's stand and sing our sending song with lots of energy and hope. We do. We give thanks. Then we'll have Jimmy extinguish the chalice. Let's, thank you. Thanks, Steve. Let's read our unison benediction together. It's a little wording shift, so keeping Jaryus on his toes here. We are grateful for you, Jaryus. Let us just say, we leave this gathered community, but not our connection to one another or our sense of belonging here. In this hour together, we have inspired our hearts, grown in gratitude, and deepened our commitment to care for the world. So until we are again, let's be thankful, strong, and kind.